All right. How everybody doing? Okay, this is part two. Now, as I was telling you guys before, the first one, this is the Zeta 80 with the reed valve system, 49mm sleeve, Fred head, MZ65 pipe, McCorney carburetor, 24mm, 49 aluminum pane piston that I windowed myself. This engine right here is gonna kick some ass, and it's off of this Firestone Zeta 80 bottom. Yeah, I got the kit, but the only thing I'm using is the bottom. Of course, you already know. We use the kits when we are, making stock bikes for people and for customers and stuff like that. Or if a customer just asks for something, they just want a basic stock, I'll make one then. But me and Silly Science, that's my partner, we specialize in racing bikes. So, this engine right here I was telling you about is going on this bike. This is another one of my gas bike frames. As you see, it's all decked out, of course. You already know, you know how I do. That's just cosmetics. That has nothing to do with the engine. None of this has nothing to do with the engine at all. Just looks. This is just for looks. Alright. That's just for looks. Now we're going to get down to the engine. Alright. This engine right here is enginebikes.com. Selling a new engine. I think it's supposed to be the better version of a PK80, which it is. In my opinion, it's definitely stronger than a Wildcat PK80, which is, Wildcat makes a real good fucking engine. I ain't even gonna hold you. But this Silver Saint that BikeEngines.com came up with for the 2022 season, this engine kicks ass. I don't really know too much about the engine, as far as, the size of the bearings inside and stuff like that. But I do know that it's a 47mm crank with a 47mm sleeve. I couldn't put a Fred head on it because of the pipe that I had to use. It wouldn't fit. So that's a stock head. But I also have my patented trusty reed valve system that I use on all my bikes. Adapter plate that I can adapt to any cylinder, any size cylinder, 50 sleeve, 52, 50, 49, 48, doesn't matter. This sleeve adapt to any of them. Then I have a 21mm 8 OKO carburetor. They're good carburetors. I ain't even gonna hold you. They're good carburetors. You gotta stay on top of them. They can get clogged up real quick if you don't mix your gas right. But other than that, they're good, reliable carburetors. I don't have really no complaints. Is it better than the Mikuni? Of course not. But it's a good carburetor. Okay. Let's see what else I got on here. This also has a window pane piston, 27mm window pane piston, and this is also has the fake expansion pipe. You see that? That's the fake one. That's not the real deal. Don't get me wrong. It's you can get it on Amazon for like $60, $70. The Yeah, it's the fake one. But I'm not gonna lie, it works. It is definitely a chamber pipe, and it works. It is uh, kicking ass. Like I was telling you in part one, uh, this bike right here was flying. I think I did. We clocked it on the police speed barrier sign, and I did one pass at 58, and I did another pass at 61. So this is this pipe is not that bad. And as we all know, if you want a fast bike, you got to get a big pipe. You already know that. I don't give a shit what you put on it. It don't mean nothing if you ain't got no chamber pipe. Without the pipe, you can forget about the crazy speed. Okay. Of course, you know polish and ported the cylinder and all that. I don't think that this case and this silver Saint stuff or whatnot. I know that I also can say that it's a real good engine. With me dressing it up like this in speed mode. Um, I will say that it did run kind of hot on me. You know, it is running hot. Like it did run hot on me. I ain't even gonna hold you. It was running hot on me. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. I had to let it cool down. Um, my gas, my gas levels are right. Um, 30 to 1 on the break in. Did 2 tanks of 30 to 1, and then I just left it at 25 to 1. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in 20 to 1, and you know that's just not enough. Just to be safe, 25 to 1 after break-in is great for me, and on the break-in, 30 to 1, 2 tanks. 2 tanks depends on how big of the sleeve I put on there. If I put a real big sleeve on there, I might even go 3 tanks of 30 to 1 just to get it real lubed up. Other than that, yeah, the engine's running great. I'm gonna have to do something about how it's running hot. You know, after 30 minutes, which you're supposed to let it cool down anyway, because it is a racer. You can't use it as a daily rider, but you can't tell me that. And yeah, when I got to work, man, this engine was smoking. When I came home today, this engine was smoking. You know what I mean? So, like I said, it's a bargain basement engine, but I don't think that this engine can handle all the racing parts that I put on it. But other than that, I mean, it's doing its job when it's cool. It just get hot. Once it get hot, you gotta let it cool down because this thing gets real hot. And then this little I figure if I change the sleeve, the head, change the head, and put a thread head on, that should cool it down some. But I definitely have to put a head on this because I cannot run this with no stock head. It's running too hot. But other than that, the engine is running great. You know, until it get too hot. But it's running great. Really have no complaints. But this was just on for temporarily because I was waiting for this Zeta 80 bottom to come, so I can put that on this. So I can put that engine kit on this bike. All right, let me let you get a good look at my black Frankel frame, and that's it. It's a bigger gas tank than my F-Zero frame. My Screaming Demon frame. It's bigger than that tank too. Rims. Where I get these rims from? I got the rims from BBR. I got the tires from Vans. Let's see. What else? I got the pedals from Wolf Cycle. I got the crankset from Wolf Cycle. The bike crankset came from Wolf Cycle. I had to change the one I didn't like the one that it came with. I also changed the disc brakes. I didn't like the disc brakes that it came with. And I put new disc brakes on them. Which these work a lot better. Because you need good disc brakes, because you will burn these up. You will burn them out. Alright. So, like I said, as always, we were sponsored by Machete Club. You know, get your haircut on the motherfucking house, brethren. You know what I'm saying? And the next time you see this bike frame, you get a good look in the man cave. Next time you see this frame, I'm taking that Silver Saint engine off. This engine is coming off. And this engine is going to be on. So it's going to be a part 3. In part 3, I'm going to show you with the engine on. I'm not going to have the pipe on because I get the pipe modified and put I got to weld this connection back to this pipe. This pipe was cut off for a Phantom. This also was cut for a Phantom. Damn, I forgot about that. This also was cut for a Phantom. That's a Phantom connection. That's a Phantom connection. That was cut off this pipe. Now this connection. This was the original connection on this one. So this gotta go back on this. Okay? So let's see. Let's do that. We like that. There we go. Bang. That's gotta go back on there. I'll get my boy Young Dennis from 62nd and Walnut Auto Shop, D&D Auto Shop. Dennis and Dennis, father and son. And Dennis, and they both are bike riders and motorcycle riders and banshee riders. These guys ride everything. They're riders. These guys are so good at being the mechanics, man. I'm telling you, man. I wouldn't be surprised these motherfuckers build a spaceship. That's how talented they are. And they're my boys. And I'm gonna get him. He gonna laugh his ass off. Because now I gotta get him to put this back on there. To weld this motherfucker back to the pipe. Ain't that a bitch? So I drilled it and shaved it down and smoothed it out. You know what I'm saying? Did a little journal work on it, open it up some. You know how we do. Alright. So the next time you see this engine, it's gonna be on this bike. Alright, without the pipe. Because I ain't finished with the pipe yet. Alright. See you for part 3. Silly Science, Pistol Pete out.